YouTube friends and family in the Maverick in the space. Again, yeah, based on most credible opinion, fear and fearless analysis. And do the right thing. Continue to do the right thing. So the Prime Minister, the most Honorable Andrew Holness, made his presentation at the budget debate. So, me I read the reports and me I watch the television stories and me I, listen to all of the goodies that come out of the budget debate. Alright, me hear the thing about the NHT, the additional NHT benefits for contributors. Me hear the thing about the minimum wage increase and all of them something. Something like election goodies in the thing, But the Prime Minister announced a thing called the Jamaica 60 for Hope Trust Fund. And that's its name.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that the government will establish the Jamaica 60 Hope for Children Trust Fund. Madam Speaker, the purpose of the fund is to help to close the wealth gap and address the issue of intergenerational poverty by creating a trust account specifically catered to vulnerable children. The Hope for Children Trust Fund will provide each eligible child with a long-term savings account funded through annual contributions from the government. Parents, guardians, and other donors will also be able to make deposits into the account for the future benefit of any specific child. The accumulated funds, including interest, will be accessible on or after the child's 18th birthday for specific purposes such as education, to purchase a home or commercial property, or invest in business. Madam Speaker, any child in Jamaica born on or after the 60th anniversary of our independence, that is August 6, 2022, who is part of the PATH program, meaning that they are born into a PATH household, or they are a ward of the state, will be eligible for this trust. Madam Speaker, the central idea behind the program is to provide children with a lump sum to start them in life upon attaining adulthood. Our initial target is a lump sum of between $600,000 and $800,000 to be available on the 18th birthday of any eligible child.
So what will happen is that poor people, the poorest of the poor, are going to have a little piece of food courtesy of this fund when they reach 18. If they want to go in a business, if they want to further them education, or if they want to purchase a home, that kind of thing. So the poorest of the poor are going to get a start based on this government program. And I think it's a brilliant program where the Prime Minister come up with. I don't know if him come up with it. I don't know if him take it from another jurisdiction or him and him advisors sit down and come up with it as a part of the election goodies. You understand me? But regardless of that, I just call a spade and I be fear. This is something that I like personally. I don't consult with nobody about it. So as I said, there might be elements of it where you borrow from somewhere else, I don't know. But just based on all of the things when we hear come out of the budget presentation by the Prime Minister, I am impressed with this. Because you know why? You see a lot of youngsters, you see when you're young and you grow up, you don't really think about savings, It's a flaw. It's almost a flaw or a fault of being young. You just always feel like you're young forever. Now, if this is something that is enforced, when it's mandatory, the government can put aside that fund there. And when you reach 18, you have access. I mean, it's not an exorbitant amount of money, I think at the end, me hear the Prime Minister say somewhere in the range of $800,000, something like that, for the individual at the time, But even then, most dispossessed and poor 18-year-old, If when you reach 18, you have a $800,000 fund for try do something with your life, is a start you get. I don't know if, as expressed by the Prime Minister, this is going to address the thing of generational wealth and change the dynamics of some of these families. I don't know. That is probably a stretch. That are the politicking around the policy. I discuss the policy. I don't think it's going to have that kind of reach there. But in terms of something tangible, if it help the poorest of the poor, I think Brogad strike that one right. He strike that card there right. But now go around the Brogad, just strike that one right, my boss. When you get beaten, the Maverick beat you, my boss. Yeah, when you see that one, me like that one. Too much poor and dispossessed Jamaicans are come up without hope and without any real direction as to where they're going to do it themselves. And then they have family where I go, they don't have nothing to inherit because these are by and large poor people and the poorest of the poor people. Now, putting something in place to ensure them get a start in life, and that them call it, a start in life when you reach adulthood now. And you have the option, you can acquire property, you can buy, you can further your education, you can go in a business, something purposeful. I assume say the release of the fund will be pending whichever venture them are going on. All of them kind of something. Them details probably are going to work out after. But we just applaud the principle behind it. And you know so where this come from still, As we say, whole part good is in the budget, But you know this come from the talk after the local government elections right now. Yeah, Nigel and Andrew are pre the macro growth in the economy, but it now reach the poorest of the poor. Well, if this is meant to address that in a wholesome way and a long to medium term way, then an objective achieved, my boss. So big up, Brogad. You're back in the Maverick goodish books with that one. I don't go around with my boss. I like that one. I like that one. I don't know how anybody of any political persuasion would argue against something like this. Maybe it's not as profound, as fundamental, and going to be a game changer in the life of poor people in Jamaica. But me think over time, if enough of these poorest of the poorest people get the kind of start in them life, me feel it will start, accumulate. Over time, you're going to make that kind of change in the life of more and more people. So me think it's a positive thing. I don't know if it's not enough we swing back the mood of the country, yeah, but the Maverick at least endorse this particular policy as outlined by the government. You don't know the thing with the NHT and the tax threshold, people are going to benefit from them too, But it's almost like we expected those. Them they are a year-to-year thing, them there. We tap in the NHT funds of it, we extend the tax threshold, and we raise the minimum wage. Them thing that a standard procedure. But I want to out of the box. And I want to have a little more long-term implications for the poorest of the poorest. Something that this particular administration has been accused of neglecting a particular sector of the people. Now, if you put something in place, we are going to address it in a wholesome way, then that you do. And me feel that you do. So we can say big up Brogad. Brogad touch me now. Touch my fist, my boss. No, you don't do fist. You don't do fist. Touch me, my boss. Touch it, touch it. Touch